Here's an interesting story of Sean Strickland, while unwieldy at times, can be a bit he can be a bit crass, but he's one of the stars of the UFC, and it's undoubtedly his personality, in addition to his fight style and his fighting prowess, that makes him the star that he actually is. I mean, if Sean Strickland wasn't the firebrand that would roast Bud Light or roast Harley Davidson, he wouldn't be anywhere near as popular. Now, what I found interesting was a podcast where MGK, okay, which is Megan Fox's husband, is talking. I don't know why he feels like he's got to bring up Sean Strickland and talk a bunch of junk about him, especially the fact that MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, is built like a wacky inflatable flailing arm tube man. For whatever reason, he decides that he's going to talk ish about Sean Strickland. Now, what's interesting about MGK and Megan Fox is, I may be incorrect about this exact number, but from what I can tell, they have 3 sons and all of them are trans. Now, I don't know what the statistical odds of that are, but I would be willing to bet you it's time to have a conversation about nature versus nurture. Like, there is absolutely 0% chance that all 3, it is a statistical impossibility that all 3 sons think they're daughters. But apparently, now there is some colorful language here. MGK is a rapper that most of you won't know about. Here's what all you need to know about him is he's Megan Fox's husband. They drink each other's blood ritualistically, and all 3 of their kids are trans. So here's here's a little clip that is kind of flying around.
I do nothing but commit myself to art. And there's another funny factor of just like the art of me standing or existing makes people furious. And
I saw one of them. I don't know
which one?
The Strickland one.
I don't know this guy from a crumb of bread.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does know him. They've been beefing. He pretends like he doesn't, but of course he does.
Right? I didn't know who he was when I met him. I got hip afterward that he's like insanely racist and homophobic. And
oh, he's phobic. Oh, and he's racist. Neither of those things is true. But of course, MGK, this little soy-infused individual, knows exactly who Sean Strickland is, and he's just smearing him.
And just not my type of guy, so I would have never even wanted to shake hands with him in the first place. But he also is just a representative of every person who's too scared to just be themselves, because if you're comfortable as yourself, you don't care who anybody else is.
I'm pretty sure that Sean Strickland is exactly who he is. I'm pretty sure that Sean Strickland, like, he's trying to do that thing where, like, I'm actually more of a man with my 3 trans kids. I'm actually more of a man than Sean Strickland is because I'm not afraid to be who I am.
And how they are.
Agreed. I'd met him that night too, and I can't say anything bad because my experience was vastly different because I'm not you, and he didn't have a visceral reaction. We shook hands. It was very cordial. We talked for like 5 minutes, and I walked away. But I know of everything that he exists as on Twitter, and he fits very nicely into that community of exactly what you just said, which is kind of intolerance and just desire to spew hatred.
He's so dumb that I'm going to tell him right now, you should not keep saying stuff because it just makes me look better, but you're going to keep saying stuff.
So now he's calling him dumb. Here's, look, I'm not Sean Strickland. I'm not friends with Sean Strickland. I wouldn't recommend calling him dumb because Sean Strickland's the type of guy that I suspect he's going to find you. He's going to make sure he's in the room where you're in the room at some point, and you're going to have to answer for this. And when you're built like a pipe cleaner, I'm not sure I would be antagonizing him. And again, oh, I don't know who this guy is, but you know what? He's definitely stupid. And he's definitely phobic, and he has an issue with other races. Well, I thought you didn't know who he was.
So I know that you'll react and say more things, but you just shouldn't. As a person who's just giving you big bro advice, learn this. Shut the fuck up and don't speak on me anymore and live your life.
Or what? If we need to go back to the footage, MGK, he didn't have nothing to say when Sean Strickland ran into him. He didn't act this tough when Sean Strickland was in the room, did he? He had nothing to say at all. So this is so classic. Sean Strickland called MGK a weirdo to his face. I mean, didn't have much to say there, did he? Ran away, didn't he? Ran away. Sean looks like he's having fun to me. MGK didn't have much to say there, did he? He just stood there and took it. He didn't call him stupid to his face there. And you know what? I happen to think that drinking the blood of your girlfriend is weird.
But you won't, and I'm going to continue laughing at you because you're a fucking idiot.
I just felt bad for Dingo.
Dingo's an idiot.
Dingo,
I love him, but
Dingo introduced them.
Yeah,
and
it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I think he's awfully, and let's see, MGK is a R word. Why are the guy's arms rotting off? No credibility for someone this far mentally gone. Due to signing off on his girlfriend Megan Fox raising all of his sons as girls, deserves to be roasted. I mean, yeah, MGK might have said all that stuff, but nobody listens to MGK after Eminem destroyed his career. This is Kamala Harris levels of speaking a bunch of words but not actually saying anything. Too scared to be themselves. If there was a conformist column in an RPG of all the Machine Gun Kelly points would be in it. MGK with hair plugs telling other people to be comfortable with themselves while his girlfriend raises her 3 boys as girls. F out of here. So where are all the people making fun of Sean Strickland? I don't see it. I don't happen to see it anywhere. By the way, Sean Strickland quote tweets this to nearly 100,000 likes, 70,000 likes at the time of this, quote, getting lectured by a guy who drinks blood and wears a purse. Dog, you had a midlife crisis and tattooed your entire body. The quote, X community of intolerance. Y'all, I'd go hang out with you toxic trolls any day over this loser. Go back to cutting yourself, you effing weirdo. Of course, UFC star Sean Strickland launches into a vile rant at rapper MGK after claiming his fiance slid into his DMs. I wouldn't doubt it, by the way. There's no point where I shouldn't be making, or here's where it goes. MGK's comments on Jake Paul's podcast or Logan Paul's come after Strickland told the story of back and forth with Megan Fox on an episode of Versus podcast. What's more is that he also revealed that he's fantasized about the Transformers leading actress as a kid. She hit me up and I was like, fame level reached. And the message was actually kind of effed up. It was more like, hey, my kid gets bullied and I get bullied online because you say they're tranny. And they're not trans. They want to dress like rock stars, Strickland revealed. All 3 of her sons wear dresses. The former middleweight champion continued, and I'm just like, sorry, Megan, I'll shut up about it. But I'm like, you still drink blood, and you do a lot of weird stuff. There's a point where I shouldn't be making fun of your kids. I get it, but it's more MGK, bro. I mean, I guess, like, the whole thing, like, the whole thing is hilarious. But what I can say is I probably wouldn't be poking that bear. I probably wouldn't be trying to tell Sean Strickland that he's dumb or that, that he's, he doesn't feel like he belongs. I mean, I don't think I don't think that this dork, like this is like your classic dork who like people make fun of. And then he goes back to his room and he talks about how he's actually the smartest one in the room and he's so much better than everyone else. And they'll see one day. And then they come back into the school. I mean, I don't know. But like, this guy is a clown. The media, obviously, the idea that people would make fun of Sean Strickland for making fun of him just isn't exactly happening. This guy, MGK, is a walking L. I thought he was supposed to be some big star. Why is he on a Logan Paul podcast? I don't know. But I don't think that went the way that MGK was hoping it would. And if I were MGK, I probably would be hoping that I don't run into Sean Strickland. And I'm pretty sure if I know how Sean Strickland acts, that they're going to find themselves in the same room on a day very soon. And MGK ain't going to have anything to say. But that's just, classic Hollywood loser.